we live? Let us see. Is this on? What is going on here? Can we see into the future? And it looks like we can. Boom, 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 la, la, la. Boom, to summer, la, 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 la. Welcome to something, la, 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 la. Welcome to summer, la, 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 la. Welcome to something. Deeper, to knowledge, the way I am. All right, let's get into it. Everyone, hope you are having a great day and you like that intro there. Today, I have had a pretty cool day. So, what we have done is practically zero, but we are 99% of completion to what I have been planning for a very long time. February 8th, barring anything happening, you are going to be wanting to be onto this channel. It is going to be a blast. We have the free and paid group into the description by the way. Feel free to join or do not join if you would like. Whenever I complete all this stuff, we are going deep onto anything and everything coding related, marketing, sales, ops. And at the moment, too, we are 2 minutes and 45 seconds into this video. So I'm also trying to buy time because this is actually a pretty cool video, in my opinion, here, especially for as loser as the title is and everything onto here. So it's kind of a fitting video for that as well, too, because hopefully almost nobody sees what this is. And then I can reminisce onto this for myself into the future, which is kind of what this video is and things of that nature, unless people comment onto it. So today we have set zero estimates. We went to that basement. This guy is GC, the $2,300 basement set a little while ago. Went to this GC, talked with him. Awesome guy, does a lot of remodels, has friends, wants multiple garages done from his friends, family, everyone. He's using a job for a person who is very respected in this community. Pretty cool. And so, technically, did we perhaps set more estimates? Maybe, but it's also cool to also always go on to the low end for it. Set your expectations very low. Work, 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 and eventually you will get lucky, as I've said into those videos previously. As well, talking with a painting contractor today. Very good reviews online, talking about different ways that we can combine. They don't like to do pressure washing, they don't like to do floor coatings, we don't like to paint, but we like to do floor coatings and we like to pressure wash. So into the future could be a very cool thing. And technically, I guess I did give an estimate for a commercial job to prep the surfaces for him before the surfaces end up getting painted over. So who knows if it'll become anything, but $7,600 one way, 15.2 grand if we have to haul the water, which I really don't want to. And as well, this kind of ties into um, not the video's idea, but just the idea again of what kind of value are you providing to people? Are you being needy? Are you trying to extract? Or are you trying to find solutions? I'm on Google Maps looking at this way, that way, anything and everything, talking about efflorescence into the bricks there. It might mess with this paint into the future. What are we trying to accomplish here? How do we get you great results into the future? How do we try to make it to where you don't need to haul water? Even though this job is 5 minutes away from my shop, filling up water is very annoying. You can't get water in our city from the city, basically, or fire departments and things of that nature. You have to have your own water. Also, you may see that I'm working and brain's working a little bit harder and better today. I got actually 6 hours of sleep last night compared to the general 4 that I've been getting for a couple weeks now. So we are almost cranking on all cylinders. Might get 8 hours tonight if we're lucky. You never know. Might just keep going. You never know. It's an interesting day. And it is 7 p.m., but it's almost just now getting started. So let's run it. zero jobs, technically 15 grand or 7.6 quoted today. Jobs closed zero. Lead source of the day is referrals, referral partners, which is what I've been trying to develop. And when I get great at it, I will share that all with you here. What I wanted to do today in today's idea is an idea from this guy named Francis Pedraza. He didn't come up with it, but I love to watch these great interviews and things of that nature. Founder of Invisible, and he really goes through his journey. Just type this in, same interview, comma, 8 years later, and you can check it out. Where are we going with this one is that in there, he gave a quote, which is what I've been trying to get back to for the longest time. I have never heard this quote before, but I love it. So this is not for the faint of heart. This is not for everybody. This is not for that. This, if it isn't in you, don't even try to make it into you because you will torture yourself trying to be that. But if you are that type of person, this quote will probably do great wonders for you. So just become insane and desperate to die. 10 men cannot stand between such a man. We're just popping off into this year. We're going to keep going even crazier. I am starting to become more insane, and I am definitely willing to die for it to achieve the goals. This is what I've had while I was in college. I would work from basically wake up at 6 a.m. I would take a cold shower. I would meditate. Then I would go to the gym wearing shorts in freaking cold weather every day of the week. Go to the gym, work out. And I was actually working out 7 days per week. Come back from there, trying to develop myself, seeing how do you make money online. I did the drop shipping when I was in high school, but when I was in college, I started to try to do the day trading. So I would then come back from the gym 7:30 before the 9 a.m. class, try to hit the open market as soon as it hit. What are the swings? What are the ways that we can work? And I did okay, but like I was very poor during that time. So like when you swing trade 10% on $200, you don't really make it's really actually nothing when you think about it at that point. But just reminiscing on to that, being a residence assistant as well too, going to class, helping out my students, keep going, research assistant as well too, and then also working the front desk while I was there on the night shift just so I could get back then it was literally $8.25 per hour is what they would pay us as the front desk people. And I would essentially work, I can't remember if it was 9 to midnight or if it was 8 to 11. It kind of almost feel like it was 8 to 11, but maybe it was different. Um if you have that in you, all I can say is that if you keep it, you'll eventually get there. You just cannot turn off the becoming insane aspect of it, and you literally cannot have any regard for anything other than accomplishing the goal. But you do need to still become ethical. It's always important to become ethical and to stay ethical with your pursuits, meaning do not, I mean, you can exploit weaknesses and things of that nature, but to get in anywhere near the realm of scamming or anything like that, that is where you will, in my opinion, probably face a severe karmic retribution if you're not playing the game. You can fairly unfairly play the game, but you cannot unfairly play the game. You can fairly unfairly fairly play the game, but you cannot unfairly play the game. If you do that, I'm kind of showing, and the goal being to show proof of really the commencement of that across this whole entire year. Basically 5x a business when generally it's not that easy to do it, as well into, if I was like literally here, if I was like an example, I guess if I was running AI or something like that, then sure, 5x really easy. But when you're trying to scale a human capital efficient business in a market with many other players, yeah, it's not usually that easy. But I really do hope to show the example of what can be done, and hopefully we blast past that. You guys will see it as we go into the spring. You'll see it as we start to operate. And soon enough, as we're getting into the swing of things, it would be kind of cool to have actual videos out there operating day in and day out of the business as well too. So just become insane and desperate to die. 10 men cannot stand between such a man. What a banger line. Thank you, Francis Pedraza, in that random YouTube poll today as I was studying more philosophy and whatnot as I'm working onto what I think will be a revolutionary project. So that is it. No live comments. Hope you all have